Yeah, and that is really the hardest part is actually saying that stuff out loud to somebody
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
it does need to be a safe place, first of all, but it's also very
Yes.
shameful. I carried
Yes.
so much shame for being in this relationship, and it was just, it kept my mouth shut. I did not share with friends. But
Yeah.
that's kind of how how I kind of did life back then is I didn't talk about it because it was so shameful. So I'll just pretend like it's not there.
Yeah. And there are people who will say shaming things.
Yes.
One of the worst I hear is, "Oh, I'd never let someone treat me like that," as if there's something wrong with
Right.
you. I was fortunate after the suicide that I was very dear friends with a couple who were older. They were kind of parent figures for me, and they were both
Oh.
psychologists. And when they saw how devastated I was, they actually took me into their home and just
Oh.
created this safe space, and anytime I needed to talk, they were there and kept giving me reality checks on, this man had choices throughout his life. He made awful choices.
Mm-hmm.
You are the victim here. You did not have the power to cure him, and you certainly didn't have the power to kill him.
Yeah.
And I really credit that couple for taking me
Oh.
in and being so non-judgmental and so accepting. And yes, you're right. When we confide in people, it does need to be the safe people.
And
And that can take some looking.
it can but I have found it to be true that it will help you heal a little faster because you have that support
Hmm.
system around you. You have that place to go and check for your normal, right? And what's going
Yeah.
on. What a blessing they are. That is just amazing that they came into your life. I mean, what angels, right?
Oh, they were angels. They were just, I mean, they really, really put well, to let me into their home when I
Hmm.
was I was kind of a babbling,
Oh
crying
yeah.
idiot at the time. And they were just, "We are here for you. You can stay as long as you need to." I stayed for about a month with them.
Mm. Yeah, you really. Oh, I can't even imagine. Bless your heart. Because that's one thing I didn't have. I did so much of my healing on my own,
Hmm.
and worked through. I just, that was. I'm looking back and I'm reflecting on a lot of things, and that's one of the things that I realized that I, at such a young age, I always had to protect myself. I had to take care of myself. So that's what I just took into my adult life, and so reaching out to people just seems so foreign to me.
Very much. I get it.
Yeah, it's just
Hmm.
now where of course they have to be safe, but it's just now where I'm going, oh gosh, maybe I can reach out to someone and, talk to them about it. But it's
Hmm.
so foreign to me to think that, you'd have somebody to call up and tell them this stuff. It just seems so foreign to me,
Hmm.
but I'm getting there.
Hmm.
I'm getting there.
Hmm. Hmm. I think that's one of the nice things about if we're lucky enough to find the right kind of women's group or support group. And I have
Yeah.
run women's groups in the past, and that was always a key theme is the relationships that everybody in the group have had relationships, as I also call it, the chapter we don't like to read out loud.
Yeah.
And so if you get in the right kind of group, which can be hard to find, that can be very healing too.
Right, right. And that's actually one of the reasons why I built the women's healing community. I think I was telling you about that before we started recording. And the reason is because we don't need to do the healing alone. We do need a safe place. And like we were saying earlier, when you're telling your story, I'm connecting with you. That's a way to connect. And all of a sudden you're not feeling so alone, and you're carrying this burden all by yourself. You're sharing it with others and you're crying and you're laughing and it's just to really be there for one another and no judgment, just,
Right.
support each other.
100%. That can change the world if we can all get enough of that. So kudos to you for doing this work. It's exactly what the world needs right now.
It's thank you. And the funny thing is the reason why I developed all this, the podcast, the workshop and the community is cuz this is the stuff that I needed back when I started my healing journey and there wasn't anything like that out there. And so as I'm building this stuff, I'm literally thinking, okay, back in the day, what did I need help with? And that's what I've done.
It shows.
Yeah.
It's really clear. Yeah. I wish I had found you, you
I
know,
wish I would have found
20,
myself.
25 years ago. This would have been exactly what I needed.
Exactly, exactly. I'm right there with you.